Hey everybody, welcome back to Huey's Comic Hideout. So this episode we're going to be looking at the March 2017 previews guide. These are for comics that are releasing in May. For any of these comics, you need to try to get your order in by March 18th to ensure that you get your books on release date. So let's go ahead and jump right into the previews guide. I will have a picture up talking about the issue, and we'll get a little quick synopsis of what the book is about. So let's go ahead and start out with Dark Horse Comics. That is Predator Hunters, issue 1. So we have on the synopsis, space aliens have been coming to Earth for centuries, but not with any message of brotherhood or peace. They are here to hunt the toughest, most dangerous humans they can find. Only now their former prey have teamed up against the predators. Watch your backs. So this is a new comic written by Chris Warner and art by Francisco Ruiz. Now there is also a cover B featured right here with a special metallic ink. So that is by Dark Horse Comics, and that is releasing the first issue on May 3rd. This is a 1 of 5 series. So let's jump right into the DC titles. This is not a new series, but this is a story arc crossing multiple titles in the DC universe. It's only 4 issues long. It is called The Lazarus Contract, and it covers Titans number 11 is the first issue. And it says, when Deathstroke discovers that Wally West returns, holds the key to bringing his son back from the dead, he'll stop at nothing to do that. Don't miss a debut chapter of this epic crossover event that you've been waiting for. Issue 2 is Teen Titans number 8. The Teen Titans collide with the Titans after both groups are targeted by the world's deadliest assassin, Deathstroke. But when Robin interrogates Nightwing about his history with Deathstroke, dark secrets are revealed and alliances are broken. Deathstroke number 19. This is part 3. Will Slade succeed in reuniting with his son at the risk of a cataclysmic disaster, or will the Titans and the Teen Titans be fast enough to stop him from changing the world as we know it? Find out what happens when the world's deadliest assassin becomes the fastest man alive. And then the fourth part, Titans, the Lazarus Contract, special number 1. The conclusion of our epic crossover is here, consequences of which will be felt for years to come. What does the future hold for the Titans team after this game-changing run-in with their greatest enemy? Find out here as we set stage for next era of Titans, Teen Titans and Deathstroke. So the first issue releases on May 10th, the second issue on May 17th, third on May 24th, and the fourth on May 31st. Next we have Bane Conquest. This is a 12-issue story arc, and here it is. It's written by Chuck Dixon and cover art by Graham Nolan, and we have a variant cover by Kelly Jones, which I could not find a picture of the variant cover. The co-creators of Bane make a triumphant return to the character. With a 12-issue series, they'll push him to the limit. Bane is seeking to create a global empire with the help of his original gang, Berg, Trog, and Zombie. The man who broke the bat moves beyond Gotham to find new cities to conquer, new enemies to crush. He won't stop until he stands at the top of the world for crime. For Bane, it's all about the conquest. I believe that is all the new titles coming out for DC in the month of May. IDW. IDW has a Funkoverse coming to a lot of their titles. So the Funko popularity has made its way over to the comic books and have their own set of Funko comics. And so far, according to the previous guide, we have Ghostbusters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, X-Files, as well as Judge Dredd, Back to the Future, Star Trek. So if you're into Funkos and you're into comics, maybe this is something you want to pick up, or maybe the world is ready to explode and that comic bubble is about ready to burst. So I guess we'll find out in May. And on to one of my favorite publishers, Image Comics. They actually have quite a few books coming out in May. First one is Regression number 1. Adrian is plagued by ghastly walking nightmares. To understand and possibly treat these awful visions, Adrian reluctantly agrees to past life regression's hypnotherapy. As his consciousness is cast back through time, Adrian witnesses a scene of horrific debauchery. Waking, he is more unsettled than before, and with good reason. Something has followed him back. Adrian descends into the world of the occult, conspiracy, mystery, reincarnation, and insanity from which there is no escape. That releases on May 10th. Next, Youngblood number 1, a resurrection of one of the flagship titles for Image Comics 25 years ago. So when a young hero goes missing, his friends search for the answers, leads him to unexpected allies. Together, they'll do whatever it takes to find him, even if it means resurrecting the world's most infamous super team. Gear up, strap in, and get ready for Rediscover Comics' most extreme universe with creators Chad Bowers and newcomer Jim Towe. That is releasing on May 3rd. Before Image's 25-year anniversary, so Image is releasing a 25th anniversary director's cut of Spawn that has 2 covers. The cover A by Ashley Wood and cover B by Clayton Crane. If you're into Spawn, that might be one to pick up. I'm assuming maybe they're going to add a few more pages. It's 40 pages long. I don't remember what or how long the original title was. Next, by Image, we have Eternal Empire number 1. The Eternal Empress has waged war against the countries of Saya for over 100 years, and now her sights are set on the last country standing. Within the Brutal's Empire workforce, a young woman receives strange visions that could give her the courage to escape her fate, or run straight toward it. That is story by Sarah Vaughn and Jonathan Luna, and art by Jonathan Luna as well. That releases on May 3rd. Next we have Girl Scouts Magic Socks number 1. This is a return title, so I guess it's been out. It's been released prior. This must be like a chapter 2 continuation onto the story. Join Gwen, Daphne, and Rita as they reunite for a pulse-pounding psychedelic adventure through the streets of Freak City. This first issue is stuffed to the gills with an action-packed story, bonus art, soundtrack, sketchbook, and behind-the-scenes comic thingy, plus a variant cover by one of the only Scotty Young. Pure fun, pure flavor. And that releases on May 17th. Story by Jim Mahfood and story and art by Jim Mahfood, and the cover B, of course, by Scotty Young. Packlist number 1. Do you accept the life you've been handed, or do you step into the unknown, even if it leads you into shadows? In this new anthology series from writer-artist Dustin Weaver, the character in 3 mind-bending stories find themselves faced with this question. Step into the unknown, journey into the shadows. There you'll find Packless. Again, story and art by Dustin Weaver. That releases on May 31st. It's 56 pages and the $5.99 cover price, which is rather high for an Image title, but again, too, it has 56 pages, so you're getting almost twice the comic. Next, we have Samaritan number 1. A woman has a vendetta, decides she's going to take down the largest military contractor in the world, and has the means and the plan that just might work. How do you bankrupt one of the richest, most in technology advanced and successful companies in the world? You steal all the research and give it away to everyone. Can she survive long enough to pull it off with the entire US government trying to kill her? It's a series premiere, story by Matt Hawkins, and art by Artilio Rojo. Releases on May 24th. From Image, we'll move on to Action Lab. First one is called MEDISIN number 1. First, Do No Harm, Chapter 1. Criminal mastermind Malady has recruited a team of down-on-their-luck physicians to provide medical aid for the world's worst bad guys. Led by the brilliant Ethan Sharp, the black-male doctors struggle to uphold their own ethical codes, or lack thereof, in a violent and confusing battlefields. And when one doctor goes rogue, the rest learn a terrifying lesson from Malady. So it's writers Jeff Dyer and Mark McCohen, and artist is David Brame. Next from Aftershock, we have The Normals. This is a new series again. Think about your life for a moment. The people you've known, the ones you've loved, and all the stuff in between. Now imagine you've learned that everything you believed, everything you've lived, everything you've felt never actually happened. It was all not real. But it is real to you. And now you must fight to save it and everyone you love. But to do that, you must first have save the world. Welcome to The Normals, an exciting new rush of blood to the head series by Aftershock Comics. This is written by Adam Glass and artist Dennis Claro. This releases on May 24th. I could not find cover A online, but here is the incentive cover by Elizabeth Tork. Now we move on to Boom Studios. They have a few new titles that are releasing in May. And first off is Destroyer number 1, written by Victor Lavelle. When the latest descendant of the Frankenstein family loses her only son to a police shooting, she turns to science for her own justice, putting her in a crash course of her family's original monster and her quest to eliminate humanity. An intense, unflinching story of the legacies of love, loss, and vengeance placed firmly in the tense atmosphere and current events of the modern-day United States. This releases on I don't have a release date on that one. Next we have Misfit City number 1 by Boom Studios. Nothing's happened in Wilder's hometown since they filmed that cult kids adventure movie there in the 80s. But that's ancient history. Until one day, she and her friends come upon centuries-old pirate map drawn by someone named Black Mary, and to find out there might be some real adventure in their tiny town after all. This is from the writer of Legally Blonde and 10 Things I Hate About You, Kiwi Smith and Kurt Lustgarten, illustrated by Naomi Frankwitz. And I probably mispronounced her last name as well. So that releases on, again, there's no release date for that title either. Now by Dynamite Entertainment, I'm guessing it's based off an Atari game. It's a $25 introductory price. And according to the synopsis, Peter Case was a boy on a quest. The quest to win prizes from Atari's Sword Quest Challenge. He was counting down the days to the release of the final game, Airworld, only to be shattered when news surfaced they would never be released. Now Peter's an adult. The things aren't going well. The bad news he has to move back with his mother. The good news is he still has his old Atari stuff. With nothing else to look forward to, his obsession with sword quests is reignited in a more interesting way. So it was written by Chad Bowers and Chris Sims, and the art by Scott Kowalchuk. Man, I really wish they would have some normal names. This has a special, I'm not sure if it's an incentive cover, but it has a George Perez sneak peek cover right here. And no release date on that one as well. Next from Dynamite, we have Hero Killers. Welcome to Libertyville, USA, home to too damn many superheroes. Watch out, crime. Here comes Captain Battle Jr. and Sparky and Tim. Yeah, you know, Tim. What? You never heard of him? Never heard of them? Huh. Well, it's hard to be a sidekick when there's a city full of capes running around stopping every misdemeanor. Now watch as things get weird and his three lad companions, totally not weird, try to get the criminals before their bosses do. Written by Ryan Brown, artist by Pete Woods. See, that's the kind of names I need to have in every single one. They have a few variant covers for, and they are right here. One cover by. They have a few variant covers, and here they are right here. That releases. Again, no release date. And now we jump into Marvel titles for the month of May, which there are actually quite a few. Some I don't understand, and we will get into that here momentarily. So first off, we have another major crossover event in the Marvel Universe. It is Secret Empire. It says it's been building for months across a bevy of titles, but now the moment has arrived for Steve Rogers to step into the light and declare his allegiance to Hydra. How can the heroes of Marvel Universe cope with the shattering betrayal of the most trusted figure among them? And what will this mean for the world? The map of the Marvel Universe changes in ways nobody will expect. Trust the Secret Empire. This releases on no release date for Marvel either. This has a couple variant covers to it too. Here's the main cover right here, and a party variant and a Hydra variant as well. Tell me down below, do you think we really need another major Marvel crossover title right now? We've already gone through Secret Wars, Civil War II, and now Monsters Universe. Let me know down below if you think Marvel's ready for this. Next we have Secret Warriors #1. This is the Secret Empire tie-in, of course. Captain America has been revealed to be an agent of Hydra. He's coming after the Inhumans. SHIELD agent Daisy Johnson, aka Quake, wants no part of Hydra. She goes underground, teaming up with Miss Marvel, Moon Girl, and Devil Dinosaur, Karnak, and Inferno to set things right for the Inhumans, but also for the entire country. This is written by Matthew Rosenberg and art by Javier Garron. Next from Marvel, we have the all-new Guardians of the Galaxy, which I think they just released a Guardian of the Galaxy, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe that was just the individual titles leading into this. The Guardians, it says, a new era of cosmic adventure begins here, double ships every month. So it looks like we're gonna have a twice, releasing twice a month for some Marvel titles as well. The Guardians of the Galaxy have taken off into space once more, on their biggest and weirdest misadventure yet, kicking things off in the biggest heist they've ever tried. we join Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, and company as they blast their way through the galaxy. The Peacekeepers of the Nova Corps are hot on their trail, and once they find themselves caught in a war between the Collector and the Grand Master, there will be hardly any time to explain why Groot can't grow any bigger, what Gamora is searching for, and why Drax has sworn off violence. But don't worry, we will. With a new twice-monthly schedule, all new Guardians of the Galaxy has space for all your Marvel cosmic needs. So issue 1 has a variant cover, one of the hip-hop variant covers as well. Now on to one I know they've just released issue 1 not a couple months ago. That is Rocket #1. It's a dirty universe out there, even when you're not regularly mistaken for trash foraging vermin. And it's about to get dirtier. He had thought his paws were clean, and he was on the up and up. But when an old flame swam back into his life, he was back in the game, the heist game. If you need a safe crack, a vault busted, or a score taken, ask for Rocket. Just don't call him a raccoon. Another Guardians character tie-in. Another Guardian character as an individual title. I Am Groot #1. When the Guardians of the Galaxy get caught in a wormhole, the smaller than normal Groot is separated billions of light years away from the team. Falling to the planet below, Groot discovers he is on an entirely alien and unknown world full of strange creatures and societies. Seriously undeveloped, with nobody who can understand him, Groot will need to make the journey to the center of this world to find his way back to his family. That had this regular cover, and Scotty Young has a variant cover as well. Written by Christopher Hastings and art by Flavino. Again, do correct me if I'm mispronouncing these names wrong. Jean Grey #1. When teenage Jean Grey traveled through the time and arrived in the present, she learned the terrible fate that befell her predecessor. Possessed by a cosmic entity called the Phoenix, Jean was trapped in an endless cycle of life and death. Determined to escape that future, Jean set out to write her own destiny. But now, she's visited by a premonition that Phoenix is coming for her. And in this new ongoing series, she's going to fight tooth and nail to escape becoming its next victim. So written by Dennis Hopeless and art by Victor Ibanez. And this has a variant cover as well. Generation X. The Xavier Institute in Mutant Education and Outreach has opened its doors and is ready to foster the next generation of heroes and diplomats. But this time around, the X-Men recognize an unfortunate truth. Not all mutants are created equal. Some mutants are not made to fight Sentinels or serve as ambassadors on behalf of their kind. Some mutants will just be lucky to survive another day in a world that hates and fears them. And who better to mentor mutant kind's lovable losers than a perpetual sidekick Jubilee? But will Jubilee and Generation X survive the experience? Written by Christina Strain and art by Amilcar Pina. This has a variant cover as well. Cable #1. Walk softly and carry a big gun. Cable sees the mighty mutant return on a brand new issue, with an all of time in balance. When Cable picks up the trail of the threat in a time stream, he sets off a high-speed, history-spanning chase to save reality as we know it. From prehistory to modern day, whether it's a six-gun duel at high noon or a high-tech sword fight in an alien ancient land, Cable is the only man who can keep history from unraveling. There's a variant cover by Adam Kubert. Black Bolt #1, the King of Inhuman's first solo series. Black Bolt in prison, but by who? And where exactly? The answers to both will shock you. But to learn these answers, Black Bolt must first win a fight to the death with fellow inmate, the Absorbing Man. This has a couple different variant covers. This has the hip hop variant cover, as well as a Kirby 100th anniversary variant cover. Luke Cage #1, Cage Vengeance. Dr. Noah Bernstein, the man who made Luke Cage into the unbreakable hero he is today, is dead. When Luke goes down to New Orleans for the funeral, he finds the Big Easy is pretty difficult. Mysterious billionaires, a woman with a secret, amped up gangs, and a shadowy figure all lead Luke to the conclusion that there's more to his father figure death than meets the eye. He's looking for answers, and it's a bad day for anyone in his way. The Luke Cage title got re-released this last summer, but it's more of a cartoony title. I think this is kind of bringing back to more of the serious roots of Luke Cage, which is, I think, everybody's looking forward to. There are a couple of variant titles for that too as well. The variant covers for that as well. Zombies Assemble #1. And I believe this is the last new title for Marvel in May. And the original manga is adapted into English for the first time. Time and again, the Avengers have assembled save the Earth from destruction, but they've never had to face a threat as gruesome as the undead as this one. Now, Earth's mightiest heroes must fight and contain the outbreak of the horrifying zombies and stop them from spreading across Earth. But not all the Avengers will escape uninfected. This is a $4.99 price tag for this guy. So if you're interested in manga, I don't know, like my boys keep telling me I'm pronouncing it wrong, so I know it's one or the other, and I'm sure I'll get flack for it down in the comments below as well. So that's it. Looks like all the main titles that are coming out for the month of May. So make sure you get your orders in by May 18th to get those on your pull list. And below, did I miss anything? Or any other titles or any other variant covers that you think the people should look out for? Make a comment down below. And I look forward to maybe trying to do this every month with the previous guide. Give people out there who maybe not pick it up a little insight on what's coming out and what they can get on their pull list for future comics. So that's all I got today. So thank you guys for joining me on this long journey into comic books. With that, Huey is out. Thanks for watching, guys.